Happy Tuesday! Come on in, pull up a chair. The Daily Dope is in the air. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, I'm Jeff McAleer, back once again as your host here at The Daily Dope, presented by thegaminggang.com, of which I happen to be the founder and editor-in-chief, and jack of all trades, really. Tonight is Tuesday, August 13th. This is episode 343 of The Daily Dope. Tonight, I am going to be unboxing and taking a first look at Run, Fight, or Die Reloaded from Gray Fox Games. That's right. This just came out. This was a Gen Con release. I believe it is making its way into stores as well right now. So we will be taking a peek at that in just a bit. Do want to point out, if this is the first time you've watched the show, it's very, very casual. This is a live stream. Mainly, I share some tabletop gaming news, do a game unboxing, maybe do a review, maybe we page through or review a role-playing game product. You never know. Wednesdays are Wargame Wednesdays, too, so Wargamers tend to tune in on Wednesday nights. So, anyway, because this is a live stream, chat is available. It is not on screen. It's one of the ways that I keep some of the stranger commenters at bay, but I do pay attention to chat. So if you'd like to say hello, or maybe you've got a question, or maybe there's something about Run, Fight, or Die Reloaded you want to get a closer look at, by all means chime in and I will respond. Do see that KC Board Gamers and Flaming Huron are already here in chat. Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining me tonight. So do also want to mention that if you like the video, please give it a quick thumbs up. If you check out some of the videos on the Gaming Gang channel and you like them, by all means, please subscribe. And don't forget, ring that little bell, because not only will that inform you when a new video is uploaded, like I just uploaded 2 of them today, it'll also tell you when the stream goes live within about 5 minutes or so. And of course, if you do subscribe, tell a friend, tell 2 friends. And don't forget, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com as well. A lot of people don't realize the website there has tons of stuff. There's written reviews, things like that, things that don't make it onto the Daily Dope. So, and of course, it's all of almost 10 years of reviews and news and previews and podcasts, and it's crazy. I think all in all, there's about 9,000 articles on thegaminggang.com. I didn't write all of them. I have to admit, I did not write all of them. The Madman has arrived in chat as well. All right, so we've got a good chat starting up already. Do have some news tonight. Not a ton, but I do have a little bit of news. Some pretty interesting stuff as well. So tonight we're taking a look at Run, Fight, or Die Reloaded from Gray Fox Games. They also had a Kickstarter that launched just today. It's last I took a look, it was almost funded in its first few hours. I think it launched around noon. And I've got the dope on After the Empire. After the Empire is a tower defense and worker placement game for 2 to 4 players. In After the Empire, you'll be recruiting refugees, gathering resources, and fortifying your defenses in order to prepare for assault after assault of invaders seeking to sack your castle and take its riches. Designed by Evan Halbert and Ryan Mock from Portland Gamecraft. After the Empire is a 2 to 4 player game that plays in about 90 minutes. And after the Empire, you'll be, well, we already said, recruiting refugees and gathering resources, because those invaders are looking to sack your castle. During each season's combat, a minimum of 3 invader cards are revealed, with a randomized number of troops and compass directions of attack. Only the wealthiest of castles will draw the attention of larger forces and their siege weapons. You must repair your city and recruit and arm your troops quickly to stand any chance. The game includes plastic castle pieces in both wood and stone varieties, that players will assemble on their boards in front of them. I've got a quick video to get a better look at After the Empire from Grey Fox Games, so let's take a peek.
The Age of Empires is over. From the ashes of once great civilizations comes the rise of feudalism. You are a noble, claiming domination over the lands and holdings that are your birthright. Your grand ambition to grow your fiefdom into a wealthy and prosperous nation is matched only by your rivals. Yet a more insidious threat grows just beyond your borders. Invaders are coming to destroy and steal what is rightfully yours. After the Empire is a worker placement and tower defense game for 2 to 4 people, where players build and attempt to defend their own castles and surrounding lands. As your wealth and reputation grows, so too does the threat you face. How then can you stand against a force that grows in number and strength with each passing season? Build, fortify, recruit, and defend against the invaders. Construct buildings to add value to your kingdom and gain access to new abilities. Welcome refugees into your walls and make use of their skills. But with each new addition, make sure to increase your defenses. Structures can be damaged or destroyed. People can be wounded or killed. Your duty is to protect all who serve you. Are you up to the task of fighting off those who seek your destruction? Can you be the light that ends the Dark Ages? This is your story. This is what comes after the Empire.
After the Empire is for 2 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, and plays in around 90 minutes. They're expecting this to retail for $99 when it arrives. Right now, you can reserve a copy of the game for an $85 pledge through September 5th. Expected delivery is May of next year. Could be interesting. This could be an interesting game. I don't know, what was with the farmhand? They show the farmhand card, and it's this guy with his shirt off, all muscular, just like laying there, like oiled up. It's like, what? It's like, that's the farmhand? I don't know. Hey, it's coming from Grey Fox Games. It should be pretty interesting. Moving right along, Big Kid Games has a new edition of the Euro game Montana. It's coming soon, and here's the dope. Halfway through the 19th century, the first permanent settlements appeared in Montana. After this, many fortune seekers traveled to this region with their caravans in search of work in order to build a better future for themselves. And there is an abundance of work, as in the mountains, precious metals are to be found, and on the fields, a lot of manpower is required. Meanwhile, the number of settlements is growing. The demand for goods is rising. Recruit the right workers, deliver goods on time, and choose your settlements tactically. Only then will you have the biggest chance of winning Montana. In more detail, on each player's turn, you choose one of 3 actions. You can recruit using the spinner to get new workers. Yes, spinner. You can work by sending your workers to one of the different locations to get resources or money, or you can build. Spend your resources to build new settlements. The first player to build all of their settlements will win. This new edition features over 200 custom wooden components, screen-printed meeples, a modular board for ever-changing experiences, and thicker cardboard. Montana, the Heritage Edition, is for 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up, plays in about 45 minutes, and will carry an MSRP of $59.99 when it arrives on September 4th. This could be kind of cool. I have heard good and bad about Montana. I think most of the dings on it was kind of more like component quality out of anything else. But I find it kind of interesting because I traveled through Montana quite a lot when I used to deliver RVs around the country, because I used to deliver a bunch of RVs up to Seattle. I had to go through Montana all the time. So I'd spend a lot of time stopping in Butte, Bozeman. That was another location I stopped in quite a bit. So beautiful country up there, I'll have to say that. Not all that populated. Certainly not very populated up there either. So, newest release from Stronghold Games is on the horizon. It's coming next month, and I've got the dope on Amul. The city of Amul was one of the largest centers of international trade in ancient times, and an important transit point on the Great Silk Road. The prosperity of this splendid city of merchants peaked after Arabian conquest in the 10th century, and it was destroyed by the Mongols, damn you Mongols, in 1220. Amul, originally announced as Silk Road, is a card game of bustling bazaars for up to 8 aspiring merchants. In Amul, each player is a striving merchant competing for wealth and success. The creative card drafting mechanism caters to swift and simultaneous gameplay, keeping all players constantly engaged. Draft cards from the market to collect goods and valuables. Hire guards, assemble caravans, and make contracts with traders. Manage your hand effectively, as only certain cards can be played to the table for scoring, while others must be in your hand for optimal endgame scoring. Amul features fast and engaging gameplay as well as beautiful artwork. The game is for 3 to 8 players, ages 10 and up, plays in around 30 to 45 minutes, and will carry an MSRP of $39.99 when it arrives alongside Montana on September 4th. So that's 2 titles we've got arriving on September 4th. The artwork does look really interesting. Do want to point out that when I was hanging out by the Stronghold Games exhibit area at Gen Con, there were loads of people demoing Amul, and Stephen Bonacore was pretty pumped about this game as well. I am going to reach out to Stephen and his assistant to see if we can do a review of Amul. Yes. All right, so moving right along. I know it's not Wednesday, but I do have some wargame-related news, because Flying Pig Games has the next issue of Ya Magazine up for pre-order, and here's the dope. Here comes lucky number 13. Ya 13, that is. This issue comes jammed with the usual number of entertaining articles, a damn fine game, and wait for it, scenarios and variants are back. First up is the Battle of Hue, a solitaire game designed by Jay Ward and based on his popular Tiny Battle publishing title, The Battle for Ramadi. The Battle for Hue allows gamers to control the forces of the United States and their allies as they battle to wrest control of Hue from the North Vietnamese army and their Viet Cong friends. I don't necessarily know if they were friends. Our articles include pieces on the last 100 yards by well-known designer Arrigo Velacogna, a look at Stalingrad Inferno on the Volga, and Dan Verson's Pavlov's House by John Burt. And Keith Beeson examines Hollenspiel's Horse and Musket series. But the words don't stop there. The magazine also includes articles on the Battlefield Ops Miniatures game by Norm Lundy, Roger LaRose's thoughts on Steve Jackson Games' huge The Fantasy Trip reprint. I don't know what the big deal with that is. I really don't. It's just the same stuff. Nothing's been changed. Anyway, moving right along. John Burt's feelings on Platoon Commander Deluxe, The Battle of Kursk, Herm Lettman's designer notes for Tiny Battle Publishing's popular The Devil to Pay, and much more. In the scenario and variants section, we have 2 shiny new scenarios 465 squad level battles in the jungles of Vietnam, a Dark War skirmish scenario, some new action cards for Knight of Man, and advanced rules for rifles in the Pacific from Guitardo Zancani. That's enough to keep anyone busy for a few nights of gaming. Right now, you can pre-order Yeah Magazine number 13 for $35. It's normally $45, and the magazine should be shipping this fall. Nice to see Yeah Magazine come back with some of the scenarios and variants for the Tiny Battle Publishing games, as well as the Flying Pig Games titles. I like to see that. I like to see more expansion of the games that they've already got out there. So pretty cool. Really, really digging that. And of course, Yeah Magazine's games are usually pretty good. They're usually pretty good in the issues as well. All right, my final news piece is regarding the new edition of the hit Cubicle 7 Entertainment role-playing game, The One Ring. It is coming this fall. It's getting close to pre-order, and I've got the dope. The year 2011 saw the release of The One Ring role-playing game, Adventures Over the Edge of the Wild, Cubicle 7's first publishing venture into Middle-earth role-playing. The award-winning game was hailed as the best way of bringing Middle-earth to the gaming table, thanks to its thematic rules and focus on capturing the feel of this iconic setting. The One Ring has spawned multiple supplements and a sister line of publications for 5e, Adventures in Middle-earth. Players of the game have traveled far and wide across Middle-earth, from wild Rovanian and desolate Iridor to Rohan, adventuring for more than 30 years of game time. 8 years after its debut, it is time for the One Ring to enter a new era and a new iteration. This release advances the storyline into the twilight of the Third Age and closer to the events of the War of the Ring. It has been almost 25 years since the defeat of Smaug the Terrible, and the hope that came with the death of the dragon has dwindled. A shadow grows in the east, and the Dark Lord's forces are mustering their strength. The Steward of Gondor has need of heroes, and great deeds await those who would answer the call. This second edition is a 352-page game that will feature all new art, as well as stunning new maps created by renowned cartographer Jared Blondo. Players can choose from 11 cultures and 6 callings from across Middle-earth to create their company, and their journeys will see them play a crucial role in the events leading up to the War of the Ring. This edition also features a set of updated and streamlined rules developed from years of players' feedback and design development, and implemented by renowned designer Francesco Nepatello. Longtime players will rejoice when they learn that all previously released material for the One Ring will be usable with the second edition with only minor adjustments. The 352-page core book for the One Ring, the Lord of the Rings role-playing game, will carry an MSRP of $59.99. It is slated for a November release. I'm also showing the collector's edition, which will carry an MSRP of $119.99 and come in a slipcase. Have to point out, really like the artwork on the new book. Do dig that artwork. One of the things I liked, I reviewed the original One Ring, Adventures, what was it, on the Edge of the Wilderness or whatever it was. And it was kind of interesting because when I interviewed Dominic McDowell at Gen Con, we were talking about the One Ring, and he had pointed out that when they first released it, it was supposed to be a series of 3 releases. And that never happened. It was just the One Ring. And then, of course, they combined, it was 2 books that came in a slipcase, then they combined them into 1 book. But I like the new artwork. I like the new art style. Hopefully that is kind of the art throughout the whole thing. Because I thought the artwork in the original, in the edition that's out now, is okay, not great. It didn't get my juices flowing when I was checking out the artwork. So that is it for the news today. Before I jump into the unboxing for Run, Fight, or Die Reloaded, few things I want to talk about. Number one is, don't forget, there's 2 contests going on right now. Yes, 2 contests. One is for YouTube subscribers. It's pretty simple. All you got to do is be a subscriber. I think you can pull that off. And I will be giving out a prize pack, which includes the 2nd edition Pathfinder core rulebook, the bestiary, as well as the Fall of Plaguestone, which is a self-contained adventure. It's not part of an adventure path, in PDF. And I will be awarding 1 prize pack for every 65 subscribers beyond 1,600 subscribers. At this point in time, we're about halfway to the first prize pack. I think we're 30 subscribers away from the first prize pack. That contest is going to run until September 5th. I will reveal the winners, hopefully, fingers crossed, let's hope there's more than one, on September 6th. I did a little video announcing the contest, and oddly enough, I'm like, yeah, so the contest runs until September 5th, and I'll announce the winner on August 6th. Yep, that's what happens when you're just, rambling along. So the second contest I've got, and the reason why I didn't show off the books, even though I'm doing PDFs, is I've already got them back up here on my my shelf here. Those are the I don't have the Fall of Plaguestone as a physical book. I don't have that, but I will be making sure that I'll have the PDFs. So anyway, the second contest is for Twitter followers, and it is I need to hit 100 Twitter followers. This is going to be through September 8th, and this is a little trickier to win, so you have to be a Twitter follower. I have posted a tweet about the contest. You have to retweet that and tell me why you really like Everdell, and one lucky winner, if I hit the 5,100 subscribers, will win a copy of the Wooden Evertree for Everdell, as well as the new Pearlbrook expansion for Everdell, which I just did an unboxing for. We just took a peek at it. Looks pretty neat. Looks pretty cool. So that contest is going to run through September 8th, and I will announce the winner. Once again, if I hit the 5,100 subscribers, I'll announce the winner on the 9th of September. Now, that contest is only open to followers in the US and Canada, whereas the Pathfinder contest is open to anybody wherever. That's fine. So, yeah, Flaming Huron's like, haha, totally to script. Yeah, the only thing I ever script is the news stuff. I mean, it's just sell sheet info that I'm just sharing with you. So it's the only thing I ever script on this show. I think it's pretty obvious, right? All right, so what's coming up the rest of the week and into next? I've got lots of stuff cooking. So on tomorrow's show, I am going to review and do a bit of a how to play War of the Worlds, the East Coast USA edition. This is from Dan Verson Games. This is for War Game Wednesday. This is a solitaire game, and it is packed with stuff in the box. So I will do a bit of a how to play as well as provide my review. It's Dan Verson Games. It should be halfway decent at least, right? Dan Verson Games doesn't put out crap. Then on Thursday, no news on Thursday because I'm going to devote the show to taking a look at Delta Green. Yep, that's right. Arc Dream Publishing. Shane Ivey was kind enough to give me a copy. I've got a few items from Delta Green, but gave me the slipcase edition. So we're going to actually page through the Agent's Handbook and the Handler's Guide. So that will take up some time on Thursday's show, because on Thursdays I love to talk about RPGs. And of course, I'll probably share some stuff from my decades of running Call of Cthulhu as well. So Bones has arrived. Hey, Bones, good to see you. Says, man, that looks good. I'm assuming you're talking about War of the Worlds. Just taking a guess. So then on Friday, I am going to unbox and take a first look at Tribes Dawn of Humanity. This is from Cosmos Games. This is another of their Gen Con releases that Lily DeSisto was kind enough to give me. So we are going to take a look at this on Friday. I do have the video for Imhotep the Duel. It's in the can. It's done. It'll be out tomorrow. So just so you know, I have been doing some little standalone videos. I'll talk about that in just a moment. So next Monday's show, yes, I will finally do my review for Aeon's End from Indie Boards and Cards. So yes, finally going to get the review in. So that's on Monday's show. It's good stuff. I'm cheating. I'm telling you right away. It's good stuff. Then on Tuesday's show, I will be unboxing and taking a first look at Anomaly, which is from Stronghold Games. This is a 1 versus many game. So one player plays the Anomaly. Whoa. And the other players play students on this scientific space station, like almost like a school or something like that. So it seems pretty interesting because you'll get these cards, and I guess effectively there are two halves to the card. One is for the Anomaly, the other is for the students. So if the students use whatever it is on the card, the Anomaly player gets that card and they get that ability for the Anomaly. Interesting. So that will be next Tuesday. Then a week from tomorrow, I'll be reviewing The Devils to Pay. The First Day at Gettysburg, designed by my good pal Herman Luttman from Tiny Battle Publishing. Just put out the unboxing video. So the unboxing video appeared. That's why I tell people, if you subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to ring that little bell, because sometimes I upload standalone videos, and especially after conventions and that, I've got a lot of stuff I got to try to get out there. So that'll be a week from tomorrow, and then a week from Thursday, we're going to take a look at the Lonely Mountain Region Guide for Adventures in Middle-earth from my pals over at Cubicle 7 Entertainment. So that is a lot of stuff on the horizon that I've got cooking. Pretty sweet. Lots and lots of stuff going on. Plus, I should have, maybe by the time the month is up, maybe another half dozen standalone videos or so. So yeah, so I did the standalone video for the unboxing for The Devils to Pay. And then I also did an unboxing for Penny Lane, which is from Sparkworks. It's another smaller footprint game. Looks really interesting, though. It's kind of like an avenue building, engine building sort of game, and it's for like 2 to 5 players. So I am very interested to kind of dig into that. Take a peek. Artwork looks pretty cool. It looks like a fun, small footprint game. So check it out. So I'm going to jump into Run, Fight, or Die in just a second. Yuck. I'm sure folks can tell. Still got that crud. Still got that con crud going. It's not as bad. It just sort of lingers now. Just lingers around. Lollygagging around. Lollygagging here, lollygagging there. Anyway, before I jump into the unboxing, let me once again point out that the Gaming Gang, thus the Daily Dope, are pretty much not-for-profit endeavors. So if you like the show, if you like the channel, if you like the website, please consider making a small donation to Lil Bub's Big Fund and the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. That's right, Lil Bub's Big Fund does provide grant monies to organizations throughout the United States who care for special needs animals like Lil Bub. Lil Bub is just amazing how many genetic defects the cat has. It's crazy. But she seems like such a sweetie too. Anyway, these special needs animals might require daily medications. They might have mobility issues. They could be blind or deaf, or maybe they have a disease of some sort. Maybe they're just long in the tooth like me. Regardless, they still deserve an opportunity to find forever homes and become loving pets. So, as I like to say, if you dig this show, if you like the website, consider tossing a couple of bucks Lil Bub's way. So, and of course, if you do, be sure to shoot me an email. My email address is right there in the corner. It's jeffmcaleer@thegaminggang.com. Let me know, and I will be happy to give you a shout out on the following show if you would like. So there you have it. I'm sure some folks are going to be tuning in because they want to check out Run, Fight, or Die Reloaded from Gray Fox Games. It's designed by Richard Lanius and Jason Maxwell, with artwork provided by Ryan James Art. The game is for 1 to 4 players, ages 10 and up, plays in around 20 to 40 minutes. It is available now, and it does carry an MSRP of $49.99. We'll point out, I have seen it as low as $33.99 online. So that's some substantial savings. Don't jump on me because I mentioned an online retailer, because I didn't mention anybody by name. Just pointing out, I saw it for that amount online. Let's move on over to the other camera. Oh yeah, because I got Run, Fight, or Die Reloaded right here on the table. So I notice here they're not giving Jason Maxwell any designer credit, at least on the front of the box. It just says Richard Lanius and Ryan James, so as the artist. But according to the info I have seen, Jason Maxwell had a bit to do with the reloaded portion of this game. So I'm going to throw on ye old reading specs. I have played the original Run, Fight, or Die. Got a kick out of it. I think it's an interesting zombie game. It's not the same old, same old. Of course, it's Richard Lanius, so you know it's going to be something different. Kind of cool, kind of press your luck, kind of Yahtzee-ish dice chucking game. So here it says, this new edition of Richard Lanius's Run, Fight, or Die is an immersive push-your-luck game where you must fend off wave after wave of hungry zombies while assembling the best crew possible to guarantee your survival. Juggle the need to fight off the ever-advancing horde of the undead with the desire to explore new locations, gear up with great loot, or find new followers to add skills to your crew. Run from the threats you can't handle, fight the ones you can, and above all, try not to die. Whoa. Okay, so let's get the shrink wrap off here. So it shows that we dropped. That's kind of weird. All right, so I am going to wait a second here because it was showing that the feed dropped, but it dropped for a couple seconds and popped back up. So we'll see. So Flaming Heron says, I assume that wasn't scripted. The feed dropping, the stream dropping? No, that wouldn't be scripted. All right, so it looks like we're okay again. And of course, what YouTube will do is, because it was really quick, it'll just combine the video anyway. I don't have to really worry about it. Although I am recording this just in case. So anyway, yeah, I was going to say, so my sell sheet info I had is way different. Because it was like ages 10 and up, 20 to 40 minutes. So I'm like, okay. Anyway, let's crack this on open. So we got the rules. Not a ton of rules, but actually the rulebook seems a little heftier than I recall the other edition. Let's move this out of the way because we'll take a look at the rulebook. One thing that I find interesting is that this box is a lot bigger than the original game. The original game, the box was, let's make a guest appearance here. It was about the size of this Funkoverse box. So that was kind of interesting. So now we got a much bigger box for a streamlined game. So one aspect of this game I really dug is the fact that you're going to be like gathering up these followers, these other survivors and stuff. And the ones who are the most valuable at the end of the game are like the biggest pains in the ass. So I got a kick out of that. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. All right, so we're showing the contents. We got the goal of the game, the setup. I believe there's one phase. I can't remember exactly which one it was because it's been a while since I actually played Run, Fight, or Die, the original. But I believe there's one phase that they got rid of, that they just cut it out because it just kind of slowed the game down a little bit. All right, so we got our action phase. After you rolled your dice, how your followers work. So here we go. Positive effect, negative effect. An effect that occurs immediately upon assigning a wound to this follower. And an effect that occurs when the follower dies. So talking about that, we've got the character combos. So when you're rolling your dice, you can use these combos for special effects or special actions, I guess we'll say, with the characters. The mutant phase, because there's this big mutant zombie. Zombies advancing, how the game ends, how to score. Got some variants, low conflict variants. Because one of the aspects that I remember is that you could take like zombies that are like on your board, because we'll see it in a minute. There's different zones that the zombies are in. And you could actually move zombies from zones in front of you to zones for other players. So there was quite a bit of a kind of a take that. Got a solo campaign. That's cool. Nice. So we've got a few pages of solo content here. Trauma cards, upgrading your character. Cool. Mission 1, building a crew. Mission 2, gearing up. Mission 3, into the storm. This is all the solitaire stuff? This is sweet. I like this. This was not in the original Run, Fight, or Die. Then we got Mission 4, the final showdown. And we got some solo variants as well. So, all right. Good deal. So once again, it's just showing Richard Lanius as far as design credit. So I don't know. I'm like... That whole info sheet that I didn't download. I copied off online. Seems like it's way wrong. All right, so there are the rules. Let's see what else we got in the box. So we got some punch boards. Well, a punch board. So we've got this one. Okay, so we've got these are like little health tokens. I'm not sure what these would be. There's the big mutant zombie. Because I know in the original edition, they had a miniature that you could purchase that had the big zombie. Let's zoom in just a touch. Get a little closer look at this. So I believe these are hits. Maybe these are hits against zombies? We've got the courthouse. We've got the home. Not sure what that token would do either. And these are dual-sided. Maybe you take these as far as how many zombies. Maybe that's what that is. Got a dark courthouse and we got Bruce's department store. That's pretty wild. And the big mutant zombies right there at the dark courthouse. So that is that. Okay, so then we get the player boards. So, this is what I'm talking about, the zones. So, zone 1, they're further away, right? So, they see you. Then you got zone 2. They're coming! They're coming, Barbara. They're coming to get you, Barbara. And then they're on you. Oh, man! So, we've got 4 of these for these player boards. And they're dual-sided. So, that's cool. Looks like they're identical on each side, but still, it's kind of nice that it's printed on both sides there. Okay, so then we're going to get the characters. Now, these are the main characters. These are not the followers. These are the main characters. So we've got the coach. And if I recall correctly, if I flip this over, it's going to show the coach as a zombie. No, it's not. Aha! Could have swore I remembered that your characters could become a zombie. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was incorrect. So we've got the coach, heavy hitter, still got it, hometown hero. And as you can see, we're going to take a look at the dice in just a sec. But you can get these combos of dice and utilize the special abilities. So, for an example, if you get these 3 dice, you can kill 3 zombies in zone 1. Must be hitting baseballs at them, knocking their brains out. So we got the coach, we got the prom queen, we've got the army vet, we've got the businessman. Oh, that'd be it. This guy wouldn't survive. And the ex-cop, as opposed to a actual cop. So there are 5 different characters. I thought, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought there were more characters in the original game. But that's okay. I mean, it's for up to 4 players, so you got a leftover character. It's not like you're forced to play all 4 of the characters there. So we've got that. Got some baggies. We got the zombies. Let's take a look at the zombies. We're going to take a look at the dice. So we've got 2 different kinds of zombies. One's female, one's male. And it kind of looks like, I might be wrong, I don't know. Kind of looks as if they are the same sculpts as before. Tell you in a sec. Actually, I'm not sure. These might be new. These might be new sculpts. All right, let's zoom in. Let's see if we can get a pretty good look at these. So for being pretty small, I'd say these are probably 20 millimeter, because they are a little bit bigger than a 15 millimeter mini. There's enough detail on it. I mean, there you go. So you can paint these up pretty easily. But you figure there's only 2 different sculpts, so you would have, 35 of one and 35 of the other. Because I believe there are 70 of these little zombie minis. So we got the dice. Might as well take a look at the dice here. Zoom back out just a touch. There we go. Okay, so we've got the dice here. So we got 6 different dice. So we've got different faces on the dice. I think this is like ranged. It's for like ranged combat. This is like you can use this to run away. I think this is for gear. Let me see, what is that? I can't really. Is that supposed to be like a map? Could be. What else we got here? Oh, this is like hand-to-hand combat. You know what? Excuse me, one sec. I have to blow my nose off to the side here. Like I said, it's this nasty crud just never wants to go away. Ah, that's better. And it was kind of like tickling my nose, and it's like, blah, it's driving me nuts. Okay, so that is like hand-to-hand combat. And what's the last one? Trying to see. I don't know. Can't really make out what that's supposed to be. Sure, it shows in the book. In fact, I'll take a quick peek at the book right now. I think it'll show us what each of those sides represent. Okay, so we've got a bat, right? So the bat, that's the bat. So that kill up to 2 zombies in your zone. Okay, then we got the gun. Then we got the run. This is search, so I was close. So that's searching. I said it had something to do with gear, but it's actually searching. And what are the other... Okay, so yes, that is supposed to be a map. It's supposed to be a map and a compass because it says explore. And then, oh, now I see. There we go. It's a zombie face. I was like, what is that? I'm like looking like this. So it's a zombie face. So yes, and I do recall if you get zombies that you don't get to re-roll this die. So like if you're checking all the dice and you get zombies, you have to put those on the side. You don't get to re-roll those. Okay, so those are the dice. Nice chunky dice. These are cut as well. This is not just painted on there. So that is cool. Very nice. Let's zoom back out just a touch because we're going to take a look at some of the cards. Because we've got two different size cards here. So there's quite a lot in this game. And of course, we've got a cool insert to hold everything as well. So let me grab, we've got this deck of cards here, and then we've got a smaller deck of cards. This is the mutant. I think this is like the search deck, if I remember right. This is where you're searching for gear. And I think this is the one that we find, yeah, we're going to find our followers. So let me open both these up. So let's look at the followers first. I'm going to take a guess. We probably have player aids right here. No. Kind of. So it tells us what the die results are. See, there we go. Bat, gun, run, search, explore, and zombie. Can't re-roll the zombie. Talking about the game phases. So we got some location cards. And I want to say, I think the location cards that we were seeing that was in the solitaire, the movie theater, the gas station. So let's see. So we've got followers, solo mode, more locations, more followers, die results. So there we go. There's another player aid, locations, followers, die results, locations, followers, die results, locations, followers, die results. All right, there we go. Separate these all out. So these are player aids because we got 4 of them. Actually, we've got 6. Now I know there's a 5 and 6 player expansion for this. I'm pretty sure it's out now. I'm not positive. So we actually got 6 of these. Then we got a solo mode card, which is kind of telling us. I guess we have like victory points. It's going to tell us how well we did. So cool. So those are them. Then we got the locations. And I think I misspoke when I started to say, oh yeah, this is from the solitaire. I think this is when you explore. When you're exploring, you can find different locations. Plus you can find gear. So we got the gas station. We got the movie theater. We got the dead end alley. I wonder, is that where the dead end kids hang out? Yeah, that's a real blast from the past. So... why I oughta. The shopping mall, the town line, the dark woods, the hospital, the police station, like the artwork, the church, the school, welcome to the playground. And we see that we've got like, I guess like this is like the mutant zombie area here, and then this looks like this is the player area here. The back road, the high ground, the parking lot, the hardware store, the old bridge. Is that like a hole in the bridge? Or no, these are like guys hanging from the bridge. That's weird. The graveyard. Yeah, well, I don't think we want to be hanging out there, right? And then the old barn. So there we go. So those are the locations. Now, take a look at the followers here. So we got the tough guy. And I think this is probably the victory points that they're worth. So you'll see the people who are like a pain in the rear end are going to be worth, they're going to have like negative, but they're going to be worth more victory points. So we got the tough guy, got the spoiled brat. See, there we go. There's a negative. Paranoid recluse. Jeez. Infected Maggie. Nice. There you go. She can become a zombie for you. Nice. The cool guy. Heroic dog. Sweet. We get a dog in this. Just like Dawn of the Zeds has a dog in it. You gotta have a dog in all your zombie games. The Entitled Heiress. Infected Tim. The Angry Waitress. The Kindly Grandma. Sassy Homemaker. Doting Grandpa. Oh, that's great. Roll one fewer die each turn if he's one of your followers. Yikes. Girl Genius. Shifty Salesman. The Screaming Cheerleader. There you go. So, so she's always screaming, so that draws more zombies. But she's worth more victory points. Obnoxious Councilman. Skilled Sharpshooter. Game Geek. Wouldn't he be like a negative? So, Rambling Stoner. Yeah, okay, that would be interesting. Brave Firefighter. Local Coward. Hit Girl. Mysterious Cultist. Okay. Zealous Nun. Infected Santa. So we got a few infected people in this. If I remember right, I think the original only had one. The Curious Kid. Devoted Nurse. The Town Drunk. It's Otis, as Mayberry's overrun with zombies. We got the Mean Jock and Infected Tony. Wow, so that's 4 infected followers here. All right, so those are all the followers. Then we've got the little deck here. And as I mentioned, I think this little deck is going to have gear. I think this is like a search deck is part of this too. So we got the mutants. There you go, loot. So we got the loot here. So let's take a look at the mutant. Tells you what the big mutant zombie's doing. Radiation attack, charge attack, smash attack, take a wound, mutant growth, command horde, bone growth. So this is pretty wild. So we've got all these different things that the big mutant zombie can do. If I remember correctly, in the original Run Fight or Die, you had to defeat the mutant zombie to win the game, for the game to end. So, all right, and then we got some loot. So we got a town map, binoculars, chainsaw, Book of the Dead. Looks like we got a couple copies of each. Lucky Charm, Silly Rabbit, an axe, 3 axes, Molotov cocktails, medical supplies, and a shotgun. So we got 3 shotguns. So not as many weapons as I would think, but the reality is the followers as well as the characters kind of have their own like weapons built into their stats. So there we have the little decks of cards. So let's put everything back into the box here. So we've got the 2 little decks, which are the mutant and the loot. We've got the player aid cards, as well as followers and locations. So those are going to go right here. We've got 70 different miniatures. We've got 35 male and 35 female. We have 6 cut custom dice. Got some baggies for our tokens here. We've got our 5 character boards. We've got our 4 player boards with the different zones. And we got the punch board with all the various tokens, as well as the rules. And that is what we find when we take everything from Run, Fight, or Die Reloaded outside the box. Of course, I will have a review of Run, Fight, or Die Reloaded in the very near future. As I pointed out before, the game is for 1 to 4 players, ages 13, well, no, it says 14 and up, actually. Plays in 30 to 45 minutes, and it does carry an MSRP of $49.99. Looks like you get quite a bit in that box, though. There's a lot of game in there. Also, did mention I have seen it online for as low as $33.99. So that's it for tonight's show. On tomorrow's show, where is it? I got everything stacked up because I was showing off all the stuff I've got coming up on future episodes. So on tomorrow's show, I will do a bit of a how to play and review The War of the Worlds, the East Coast USA edition from Danverson Games. So that will be on the War Game Wednesday episode. So, as I like to point out, don't forget, if you like this episode, give it a quick thumbs up. If you like the channel, you check out some videos, be sure to subscribe. And don't forget to ring that little bell because it will notify you when new videos go up. Like today's The Devil's to Pay, as well as Penny Lane videos that went up earlier this afternoon. So, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, by all means, please visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. By now, you know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. As mentioned, I will be back tomorrow for War Game Wednesday. Those of you who hung out in chat and watched live, thank you very much for keeping me company. I always appreciate those of you bumming around in chat, kind of joking around sometimes. And of course, I love anybody who watches the show. I don't care if you're watching live or watching on Memorex. Anyway, as I said, I'll be back tomorrow. So until then, happy trails.
Thanks again for watching The Daily Dope, presented by The Gaming Gang. If you like this episode, be sure to give it a quick thumbs up. And if you dig the channel, please subscribe. If you'd like to check out our previous episode, click right here. And if you want to check out a somewhat randomly selected episode, give a click right down here. It'll be like opening a box of Cracker Jacks. You just don't know what you'll get. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'm Jeff McAleer.